business of hard work.
Oh my God! Welcome back to the channel.
Modernized comfort inns and suites have been refreshed because
all right.
Is you.
So obviously you can tell by the opening shot there. We got packages. So give me a hot second. I'm gonna put you guys on a tripod, and we're gonna open some of this shit after I put some lights up so everybody can see. So gonna pause ya. Okay, little different shot. Alright, well I kinda know what this is already, I think. Let's open this one. Okay. Alright, so I ordered this wire loom. It's the braided stuff, not like split loom, like the normal crap that are in the like 80s cars. It's braided loom. I don't know if you can see that, but like that. That's 1/8 inch stuff. A 100-foot roll. It was like $9. And I got another roll coming. It's just 1/4 inch, which is double the size, obviously. That should show tomorrow. And then what else is in this box is one of my buddies at work. He bought a Snap-on electric gun, brand new. The gun is brand new, but the batteries, it's been sitting for so long that the batteries went dead. So we bought him a replacement battery for it off of Amazon, generic. So that's right here. I don't want to open up out of its package, but it's lithium ion, 18 volt, 4,000 milliamp per hour. And it looks pretty good. We'll have to test this and see how it works, but that's it. So that's for him. I'll bring that in tomorrow morning. So it was cheap. It was like $50. Snap-on discontinued them. That's why we didn't get them from the tool man. They don't make this battery anymore. So now on to, we'll go with, they're all the 3 same packaging. So we'll go to this one. Here we go. Oh, that was a good cut. Right up there. What's in here? Oh, okay. This has been, ever since when the wideband started going crazy, I was, thinking about it, and I'm like, man, I don't have a fuel pressure sensor. I have a port for it with the Holley, but I don't have the actual sensor. So I bought one of those. If I can get the son of a bitch open here. You know what we're going to do? We're going old school. I'm just going to rip that bag wide open. Screw that Ziploc. Alright. So, which is pretty cool. Came with a pigtail. But yeah, there that is. I don't know if you can see. Let me get up. Let me show you. So that's the fuel pressure sensor, and it's like I said, it came with a pigtail, but I already have that on my harness. It's not long enough, so I'm gonna have to do something, extend the wires or whatever. I have these terminals at work, so anyways, we got that. All right, so there's that part of that. Let's go with this one. Ready? And in we go. Whoa, that was a good cut. All right. Throw that down here. Yeah, I know what this is too. All right. I'm going to do a P.O. box, I think. Let's see how much money it is for a month, but I'm going to do a P.O. box because I do get some comments and questions that people want to send me stuff to try out. I tell them I don't have a P.O. box, so, and I really don't want to get my home address out or where I work for an address, so I know what this is. This is our replacement O2 sensor. Look at the length of that thing. Wow. Same length as the one that's in there. So we're going to install this tonight. Hopefully, I'm going to check the wires to make sure that everything is all the same in the connector. But this is our wideband O2 sensor that died in the Holly. Hopefully, it's not something more than that. But so, do you really need me to stand up and show you this O2 sensor? I guess you do. I'll show you the connector. There's a connector. There's a sensor. Okay. I'm sure you guys have all seen an oxygen sensor before. If you're part of this channel or the LS world. So we are going to install that in a little while and see if it corrects our problem. And last but not least, and grab it a little bit better. Ready? Oh, that was a good one. Look at that. Man, that knife is sharp as shit, man. Sharp, sharp, sharp. Yeah, I know what this is too. And we got a replacement liquid-filled fuel pressure gauge. Alright, let me show you. It is a fuel pressure gauge, liquid-filled, 1/8 inch NPT. The reason why I bought this is, if you guys been following my videos and you see these two lights that are up here, these octagon lights. I don't know if you can see them. Let me see. No, you can't. You see those? That octagon light and that octagon light? Whenever I lean into the engine compartment, every now and again, I hit my big fat noggin on it, and it's magnet, and it falls off the hood, and it lands into the engine compartment. Well, I hit the one on the right-hand side here, so car's left, our right, and it bounced off the gauge that's on the fuel pressure regulator, and now it don't work. So I bought a replacement gauge. It was $10 or so or whatever, China, but at least I could see something. So what I'm going to do is take that gauge out, the broken one. I'm going to put a T-fitting in there, put the sensor, and I'm going to put the gauge. And then that way I can see what the fuel pressure is when I'm standing in the engine compartment, looking in the engine compartment, I should say. And then when I'm driving it, this fuel pressure sensor will report the data back to the Holley, so I know, so it knows what the fuel pressure is. And now I'm going to be buying a couple more of those for seeing that I am using the bump controller, the DIY bump controller and trans brake. So I'm only using one input out of the 4, and I'm only using one output for one fan, which I'm going to change that as well. So I'm gonna pause you. Okay. I need a pair of wire cutters. There we go. These will work. Let's take that out of there. This out of here. Oh, one more. Okay. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything wrong with that. Okay, so now we have to. Holley gives you this this little expansion harness here to tie into the oxygen sensor. So now I brought home O2 wrench. Let's slide this on here. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but whenever you go to remove an oxygen sensor, what works for me, I would say out of 100 times, I would say 97% of the time is what I do before I put my wrench on there and just try and loosen it. Put your wrench on there and tighten it. Try and tighten it a little bit. And when you do that, if you get it to move just a smidge, a 1/16 of an inch, 97% of the time, 98% of the time, it'll come right out. And the threads won't be fucked up. Nothing will be fucked up. And you should be able to just unthread it by hand. 97 to 98% of the time. I promise you. Tighten it first. Get it to move. Just, even if it goes pink, that means it moved a 1/16 of an inch or a 32nd or whatever. What it does is that it stretches the threads just a little bit and then loosen it from there. And when you loosen it from there, it'll unthread with your fingers. Providing it's not, piping hot, just came off the highway, on a trip from Florida. You gotta kind of have a little common sense about it, but. And there we go. She's out. And let's just look at it here. It looks perfect, believe it or not. But we're going to unplug our expansion harness here. And put this here. I'm going to pause you guys for a quick second while I get the other one out of that box. I know I just put it in there. And I'm going to make sure all the wires are correct. So I'm going to pause you guys. Okay. So I checked the connector on the old one, and it is absolutely correct. Plugged right into the Holley harness. So now we're going to install it. Ugh. go. Alright. Now I'm going to grab a 22 millimeter or 7/8, either one. You know what's funny is I have an AEM wideband gauge as well as the wideband sensor for the Holly, and it's identically the same. A Bosch 041, I do believe. Bosch 041, I think is the part number. But so here we go. Plug this in. Boop. And then we'll just zip tie this baby right here. And everything should be good. Let me grab some zip ties. Which, oops, I think there's one right here on the float. There is. Alright, we'll grab one here. There we go. This baby. That's like that. There we go. We got a little bit of slack there, so we should be good. Trapped in a cage beneath an angry shark. Cut that off of there. Alright. So, that's that part. Now, I'm not going to throw this sensor away because I still don't know if it's bad. The old one. So we're just going to put that up there. These two out of here. Grab this out of here. Okay. So I'm gonna pause you guys, grab my laptop. I'll be right back. Okay, just started it, and wideband is perfect on a laptop. It's a couple points different than the wideband gauge, the AEM wideband gauge, but that's exactly how it was before. So I do believe that's all the problem was the wideband O2 sensor has failed. So new one solved the problem. $40 off the Amazon, and it's an actual real deal Bosch gauge, which I can't believe, but yeah. So all right, so onward, we're going to attempt to change the fuel pressure gauge and get that sensor hooked up. So gonna pause you. Okay, lesson learned. I bought that wideband sensor, O2 sensor from Amazon. It was like $40. They're all right around there. It was like 43, 45, 35. I bought the middle of the road. It was $41 or something like that. Bought the middle of the road one. It worked for about 10 minutes. And then it said unplugged. So then I came back here, took it out. I put the old one back in, and I'm thinking that I'm having what it's called terminal fretting. I think the terminals were spread on that Holly expansion harness. Because after I unplugged that, plugged that in, and I just took it for a ride. It's perfect. Everything is back to normal. So I'll have to investigate and see what terminals they are. I might have to get that harness away from the hot side of the turbo. I think that's what could be happening here. getting it hot and then making them expand, and then they lose their connection. But anyways, lesson learned. Install the fuel pressure gauge. That works perfect. That has to come back apart so I could put a fuel pressure sensor in with it. So I just wanted to make sure my fuel pressure was correct, and it is. So that's it for tonight's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you next video. Have a good one, folks.